Good afternoon, traders. So this afternoon, the markets continue to digest a series of macro and geopolitical developments. So starting with the US dollar. The monthly TIC data showed foreign investors returning to US markets with both stocks and treasuries seeing increased foreign holdings. So this eases the fears of a broad sell-off in US assets. While labor market weakness suggests some cyclical pressure on the dollar in the near term, we don't see this as a start of the structural decline. But instead, once the labor conditions stabilize in the US, the dollar is expected to regain strength next year. So moving to crude oil. The WTI crude oil remains under pressure, tracking Brent lower into the 67 to 69 range, compared with the above 71 just a few weeks ago. The prices have been weighed down by the OPEC supply increase, softer global demand, and also rising inventories. The IEA continues to warn of the oversupply risk, while demand from China, India, and Brazil remains lackluster. With OPEC set to unwind all the voluntary production cuts by early September, the supply side remains heavy. And our longer-term view is that the Brent could test levels near $60 by the end of 2025, though the downside risks remain. And finally, gold. The spot gold continues to face headwinds. The combination of the firmer dollar, the elevated treasury yields, and also easing safe haven demand has limited the upside momentum. And investors are now positioning for the Fed Chair Powell's remark at the Jackson Hole, where he may push back against expectations for a September rate cut. And on top of that, the progress towards ending the war in Ukraine could also reduce safe haven flows, particularly given Russia's heavy reliance on the gold to bypass sanctions. And these dynamics, alongside competing demand from digital assets, continue to weigh on the sentiment. So to wrap up, today's picture shows a cautious market backdrop. The dollar looks vulnerable near term but supported longer term. And the oil remains pressured by supply dynamics, and gold faces both fundamental and technical challenge ahead of the Jackson Hole Symposium. So that's all for today's market review, and I will see you in the next update.